Hello, family. Okay, let's do a quick one. Now, if you look at this, I want you to pay attention to my arrow. Now, this is I, a low, a I, a low. Then we have a breakout structure here, right? Good. Now, when we have a breakout structure, we have a breakout structure at this point. Now, I'm doing this video to let us know why most times a breakout structure might not hold. I think I've done this video one time ago and I'm doing it again. Now if you look at it now, we have a breakout structure and okay, we expect that okay, price should come back and retest this breakout structure. Okay, so if price should retest this breakout structure, maybe pick a discount level. Okay, but what the price did, price came and validated this structure. Now why did price validated that structure? And that is what this video is all about. Why did price validated that structure? Okay, now let's see. If you follow fractal, put your stop loss fractal in fractal for this particular setup, you will be happy, and it gives you how many pips. I think maybe for at least it moves 63 points before coming back to break this point. Why did it break this point? Now I want you to come down to RSI. I want you to see my RSI. Pay attention to the arrow. Now look at my RSI. Now look at this. This is the low. This is the previous low that formed the last low at that point. This is the previous low. This is the low. So that is a low, a high. Look at it. Now if you look at this high now, this is the last high that was created in this market. Now let me take this out and use crosshair. Now this is the last high here, high, low. If you follow from RSI, this high, this is a new low here. Now then look at this particular low. Now this particular low here that was responsible for a breakout structure here was this. Then so it's what? If you see that it's a divergence low, at this point. Look at it at this point here. It's not a valid structural low. That is why price didn't hold it for long. When you see kind of structure like this, price don't hold it for long. Hadn't been this particular move here, this is high, this is the high, then this low here. I didn't be this move broke structure here. I'm very sure that this low here, that is this particular low, will have old structure and we have a nice play. I don't want this video to be more than 5 minutes and we have a nice play. So but in the case of this, what happened? A low, a high. Look at it. Happens to be a low on the price, but look at it on RSI. What is RSI telling us? Oscillator is telling us something different. Can you see RSI is telling us something different? So that means this is what is a divergence. So what happened at this point is what is just divergence. So it's just divergence. That happened at that point. It's just a divergence. And what happened at the end of the day? Once they break through it, once you break through that divergence line and it cannot hold, then you can be so sure that that structural point over time will not hold. And that was what happened. Look at it. If I follow through this, they break through it, this divergence point came back into it, and that is how I trap a valid low and to know if it's a valid breakout structure. Now if I go back also to investigate this I want to take this away. Now if I go back to investigate this I, now this I also following what I said so far, I that is low, I low, because structure. They look at the whole move here from this point to this point to tell out the structure. Now I want to investigate it if it's also valid on RSI. Look at it, low, this is the I, a new low, which is the divergence point I was talking about, then a I, then the whole move here. Can you see it? Did it break out this low? Yes, it did. So that means from here is our last I, and it's ready to say this is a high, and all these one are low points. So I can call this point a liquidity grab on this asset. I can call this point a liquidity grab. So I'm very sure that over time, I don't know how soon, over time, price will definitely come back into this. So I want to see over time that C5 comes into this region. That is from 5780 to 5813 for probably a sell continuation, or as the case may be, but I'm very sure with this is a valid high. This point I mark now is a valid high in the market, So that means for me to have a valid break of structure now on C5, price must do what? Price must close at this point. So anyone I see, it will be a pullback. So until I see price close at this point, then the daily test will not hold. Then that is when I can be so sure that okay, price is buyers are ready to come into the market. But for now, I will also use the same rule to track, to know the valid lows and the valid high. But with what I'm seeing, the price action I'm seeing so far on H1 here, so might give me some pullback in the favor of buyers. So cheers guys.